No, let's make this real simple. Transfer the 15 million, book the Learjet, and go onto myverizon.com and pay my phone bill. I could barely even get to that. Naked truth number 3, I'm a master baiter. Master maker. I love making stuff, which is funny because about a year ago, I saw an intuitive and she was like, you have beautiful hands. And I was like, thank you. It's really a good exfoliation practice I started when I was 10 years old. And you gotta really get in there. No, she's like, you need to use your hands. And that kind of trumped me for, I was like, And then it hit me, I was like, oh my God, I use my hands all the time to make stuff. I'm constantly making stuff like my phone to crack myself up. Like one day I just had an idea and I was like, I should make a phone. And I made a phone. And then it occurred to me like, oh, I have been doing it for so long, I need to do more of it. Like, for example, the time I was watching golf, can't say I was really watching golf. I happened to be like getting my hair cut or something and golf was on. But you know in golf when they're like, the swinger's about ready to like hit a swing and that one guy raises that sign, I was like, I wanna make that. So, I made it. I always wanted to walk downtown and go into a bar and just be like, just to see what people would do. Then there was all the comics I was constantly drawing in my Bright Life comics. You know, there's that one, that one, that one. Anyways, I'm always making stuff and I'm always making stuff because it makes me feel better, it makes me laugh. So that is why, which is funny because about a week ago, I went to the mechanic, not for fun. My car had a problem. Usually I'd go to my old mechanic, but he was booked like three weeks in advance. Or 3 weeks out. So I was like, oh, I'll just go this guy over here. I can walk back home. Maybe I can make some of these suns in the background. We'll get to that later, actually. So anyways, I walk in there and I say to him, so I say, you know, there's a lot of people out there, not the most honest people. I'm so glad I stopped here because you guys look like really honest people. It was a little trick I did to give him a chance to be honest. Long story short, I get home and I get a call and he's like, yeah, I had a chance to look over your car, gave it the, 100-point check or however many checks are in their little report. And he's like, yeah, it's about $1,500. I was like, let's just make it 3,000, I was like, I'm pretty sure that at least 1,200 of that isn't necessary. So sure enough, I call my mechanic who was too busy to take me. He's like, yeah, don't get anything done. Just wait. I'll try to get you in there earlier. But I was just in a really funky mood. Then that's when I saw, hold on. This, and I remembered I had this. I was like, oh, and then, you know those things that you go to at the fair? Well, actually, let me back up. Put in the comments what you think I made. This should be a big clue. Anyways, let me show you what I made. So anyways, you know when you go to those fairs and you like hit those things and you make the little ball go up or whatever? Check this out. I made my own. Play, align, shine, radiate, celebrate, energy. I don't know, it all rhymes, it all sounded good at the time, and it totally picked up my mood. Then I got my whammer, I was like, yeah, 1,500? Yeah, 3,000? Huh? No, you're nothing, baby. And I was like, it'd actually be kind of cool if I could make this ball somehow magically go up to here. I'm gonna figure that out someday, but in the meantime, but the cool thing is just making this and putting it on my door, which, by the way, I did put it on the back, it's not on the front. So people coming over don't necessarily have to see it, but if they do wanna come over and play, I'm ready. Anyways, it totally boosted my mood. I felt so much better. I'm always making stuff. In fact, right before I moved from my micro studio to this place, see these suns over here? I had this idea, I was like, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna cut out a whole bunch of suns, a ton of suns, and I'm gonna put them all throughout my entire home. I even got my daughter involved. I was like, hey, Sienna, you wanna help Daddy? And she's like, yeah, what are we gonna do? I was like, oh, we're gonna cut out some suns and put them in my home. She's 13, so imagine the excitement of that one. Anyways, this was back when I lived in the micro studio, and I cut out like, I wanna say I cut out like 200 suns. Guys, by the time I got there, I was like, I'm so not doing. I mean, can you imagine? This is just one room. Can you imagine covering this whole wall? Suffice to say, I didn't end up making it. But you know what? Had I want to, I would have. But the fun factor was kind of like that, right? But that's the thing, is like so many times that I'm making stuff, sometimes I'll get in my head like, oh, I should be taking out the trash. I should be, maybe I should use a better example. There's a million other things I could be doing that are probably more important. But you know what? Not true. You know why? Because, well, I'm gonna read it to you right now. Why? Because no time spent laughing or playing is wasted time. We can simply play for play's sake. It doesn't always need to end up producing something. The point of life is to enjoy it. Guys, if there's 8 billion people out there, right? Well, maybe not just right out there, but there's 8 million people out there. If only 10 people watch this video, it doesn't matter to me, because why? I had a blast making it, and I have a blast making all the stuff I do, and that's something I can't make up. Guys, that has to be one of the top 10 endings of all my videos. Make sure to hit subscribe. We'll see you in the next video.